he had Plant winning Scott. Okay, see, there you go. So yeah, he's on the Liverpool card on December the 11th. Yes, Scott, how's it going?
Yeah, the Sarge. How you doing, mate? You good?
Yeah, man, I'm all good. I'm all good, you know.
Been a minute since Tenerife.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So give you a history, guys. Me and Scott, we was in the training camp of Wayne Alexander, former British, European, and WBU world champion in Tenerife back in 2007. We was running up Mount TD, and Scott is the best runner I've ever seen in my life when it comes to long distance. Even even the main guy where we were staying in the
Jimmy
gym.
Yellow.
Yeah, Jimmy Yellow,
That's
rest
it.
in peace. He was saying Scott's the best runner he's ever seen out of any pro boxers. He's had all of them. Nathan Cleverly, David Hay, you name them. Nigel Benn. And he said, yeah, Scott's the best runner he's ever seen. And that mountain was a killer. And we was, yeah, great times, man. Good
Mate, do you
stuff.
remember the second run we done? And I started like a couple of miles before you boys.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
nuts.
yeah.
Absolutely nuts. But yeah, it was good. I'd like to think I wasn't too bad at boxing either. But yeah, no, my running was on point.
Yeah, nah. And even when we was doing the beach runs like Rocky and Apollo, yeah, it was still good times, man.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, yeah.
I think, like people saying about the just touch on the Canelo fight. I think people get caught up because it's Canelo all the time, and I know that he pressures people, and that's all part of how he gets the job done. But mate, Plant was doing good. He
Yeah.
was boxing real well, and he does use that sort of Mayweather Philly shell, doesn't he? And he's real side on. He really closed down the target for Canelo to hit, which is what I was impressed with myself. And his footwork was decent too. So yeah, I had him up by a couple of rounds, and then Canelo does what Canelo does, mate.
Yeah, he
He gets
found the
it
answer.
done. He gets it done.
Yeah. So what do you think's next for Canelo? What do you like to see him do?
Benavidez.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was you that said about, was it Benavidez? He relinquished the bout, didn't he? And then who did
No,
Canelo? Who
he
did
was
Canelo
stripped.
fight for the vacant?
Yeah, he fought for the vacant, but he was stripped because
Oh, that's it.
last year in August he had a fight. Got the guy's name, but he missed weight on
That's
the
right. Yeah.
scales, and so he got stripped. But that's the second time he's been stripped because the first time he got stripped, he was very young. He was like 21, and he got busted doing a bit of sniffing it. So
These kids, eh? These kids.
yeah, so he's a two-time WBC champion, and he's the youngest ever WBC super middleweight champion in history. But he's lost it both outside the ring, not in the ring. So,
Yeah.
so Canelo still needs to actually beat the actual champion, who was the champion for that WBC, because that WBC
Yeah.
was vacant, and then he's got that black belt one, that toucan Mexican looking whatever funny one that is. They gave him on Saturday. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see it. No, what about that?
This WBC was a special one that Mauricio Suleiman made up for Mexican independence, something like that. It was called a toucan. Let me get Tony. He'll be able to explain it a bit better.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, no, Benavidez attracts me most. I think that would be good. I mean, it's good saying to move up and fight at light heavyweight, but that's not really his weight, is it? And let's get Benavidez in there with them super quick hands. And he's a big boy, Benavidez. He's not small at the weight, is he?
No, he's a big lad. He's a big lad. Because I've seen him stand in front of him when he squared up with Caleb Plant, and he was bigger than Plant. So, which
Oh,
I was
really?
surprised. He
Oh,
was taller and bigger than Plant, and Plant seems to be quite nervous to fight him for quite a few years because he keeps calling Plant out, and Plant's sort of, ducking.
what's his heritage, Benavidez? Is he Mexican, Puerto Rican, or on boxing?
Um,
He says he's American, but
yeah, because he's born in Phoenix, Arizona, but his dad's Mexican and his mum's from Ecuador. So,
I see.
so you'll see him with two flags. Yeah, so he calls himself El Bandera, which means red flag in Spanish. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I see him. He's walking around with like a massive bandana on, with it written
yeah,
on the side of it. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, he's Mexican and Ecuadorian. So yeah, he's got that South American and Mexican heritage. Yes, Tony, how's it going?
Big up my guy, yes.
Yes.
How
So
you
what
doing,
was
man?
that? Can you explain that black belt that Canelo had? I was trying to explain it to
Yeah.
Scott.
So everyone knows, right? That I mean, I guess I'm saying everyone knows it's a given that with the WBC they like to make these special belts. So the previous one, he got some other kind of belt. You know the name, Dan? Um,
Yeah, he
oh
won it.
man, in his previous fight, he won another belt, which was it kind of seems to be the Maestro or something belt,
Oh no, the
Medina
Mestizos
belt,
belt. The Mestizos belt.
the
Mestizos.
Mestizo, that's it. So they
Yeah.
always seem to be able to come out with these special belts, commemorative belts. And Canelo must have a bag world of them. I know Floyd won a few towards the end of his career, but Canelo, they seem to home in on him. And he gets all these like variants of the basic original WBC green belt. So for this particular fight, they created a black belt with like special gems in it. It looks like special gems, and they called it a name which again is a Mexican name.
Am I right
So
in saying the WBC done one for Charlie Edwards' mum as well?
I'm not sure.
possibly,
I'm sure when he won the WBC, yeah, I'm sure they made a special one for his old dear.
But I remember even when Canelo fought Floyd, they made a belt and they had
yes,
Canelo's face on it. So it was like they thought that Canelo was going to iron out Floyd. And Floyd ended up beating him. But that's why one judge, you remember, scored it a draw and she ended up getting the sack because it was like, this was blatantly 12-0, like a shutout, and he scored it a draw.
yeah,
He just got sacked.
That was
worst scoring in
disgusting
the
judging,
world
mate.
ever.
Disgusting.
So yeah, but yeah, that Mestizos belt, what it is, that's a Mestizos is someone whose heritage is half native, indigenous American or indigenous Mexican or whatever, and half Spanish. So it's when the Spanish came over and mixed in cultures and changed the language over there, because obviously before they were speaking a different language before the Spanish came over.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so that's all. That's up. So Caleb Plant was never due to win it, being a white Texan guy. So he's not going to win a
He
Mexican
wasn't getting
belt.
that belt. No. Did they make one for him though? Did he have
No,
a
no,
one? Was there like a
no,
different WBC belt made up for him? No.
no. It was only that on the line, but we know that on the line means it's going one way. So that's why
Oh,
them
Yeah.
calls look very shaky.
Well, I wanna just address the point of the scoring because I think it's one of them things that everybody who watches Canelo kind of realizes he's gonna give you 2-3 rounds. I mean, literally the first round, he threw all of about 5 punches.
I didn't even
And
think he
all you're
threw
just
five,
seeing
did
is
he?
that, he moves his head, he takes a shot. Yeah, okay, yeah, I can see where, because he's just timing guys. And he normally gives you 2 or 3. So hence you can understand, like, what's his name? Amir Khan, he was able to get a few rounds in because Canelo's like, you know what, I'm going to give you this because all I'm doing is working your timing out. And when I start it, then it's game over. So
Yeah.
I gave Benavidez first 3 rounds, like, yeah, done. Canelo's giving you that. That's a gimme.
Mm. Yeah. So then, how did you? So then, and then what? Tell us the story of how you were scoring it. How you had.
I can't even remember, bro. I can't remember. I watched so much sport this weekend. I was at the Emirates. I've seen my cousin play American football. Watched the UFC straight before and after. It's just like, one of the mega weekends of sport. We had the F1. Jeez, it's mad. But I mean, all I know is I look at the way I'm one of them guys that go, if a guy controls the round, but he knows he's going to take a few shots, but he controls the round, I'll give it to the guy controlling the round. And I know it's all about hitting and not getting hit, but there were some rounds where you go, Canelo is so precise in his shots. His efficiency is something to behold because he just doesn't waste shots.
I think he was missing some shots with Plant.
and
Plant was
getting
swinging.
He was missing and getting blocked a lot, and there was catch counters, there was pull counters. It was a lot. It was going over the top. That's why, if you notice, that they said even Eddie Reynoso was reading Canelo the riot act. Now, why would he read someone the riot act who's doing the fight,
controlling it, doing what they're supposed to?
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the fight. I liked what Plant was doing, you know. But Canelo, like I said, is Canelo, and he catches you at some point, and when he does, it's sleepy.
I mean, I looked at that left hook. He just didn't seem to ever miss with a left hook. Because you know what I noticed about Canelo's left hook? He doesn't throw it at your head.
I don't know. I'd have to say...
And this is what he did with Liam Smith, isn't it? He just hits you on the arms. He's like banging you at the arms.
Well,
No, you can't move your arms out of the way.
Yeah, that was Callum Smith. Didn't he tear his bicep?
Callum Smith, sorry,
Liam Smith, he broke
with left hooks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so he was doing that with Plant. He literally was like, you know what? I know you're in that Philly shell. I'm just going to break the arms. I'm just going to come through the arms. Bam. In the chest. Bang. Bang.
Yeah, but the arms, it was blocked, so it's not scoring shots. But that one in the 11th, he went to block it, but it's like it just caught him on the chin somehow, even though the guard was there.
Yeah. I kind of feel that Canelo knows that's going to happen. He knows, I'm going to keep hitting you, and eventually this punch will go through your guard. And you know, one of the things that one of the greatest knockouts of all time is a guy going through a guard, and that's Tommy Hearns against James Shuler. Because if you remember that fight, James Shuler was like in the peekaboo stance for the whole fight, and Hearns just kept lacing it at the front, lacing it, and eventually he got through the guard and knocked him out cold. So it's one of them techniques that not every fighter can use or has the power to be able to use to say, you know what, put your guard up. I'm going to come through that.
At some point,
Nigel Benn could do that. He could come through a guard.
I was reading, I'm sure I was reading somewhere as well that like they reckon that Canelo started shortening his left hook on purpose so that he wasn't getting blocked. I mean, how someone picked that up, I don't know. Unless someone's speaking Mexican in the corner and can understand, like Reneso saying, shorten it so that you catch him, but...
Possibly, because a lot of the hooks was going over Plant's head, to be fair. So when he did shorten it, that short one, it was mad how it got through, but he got through. But you'll have to WhatsApp me that fight you were talking about with the Thomas Hearns one, because I'm going to have to watch that. Oh,
it's a classic. As Hollywood Josh has said, Shuler got obliterated. The sad story about that fight, though, was Shuler died a few months later in a motorbike accident. But he was a good fighter. And, you know, Thomas Hearns was just he's just a killer. He would just, you know, he was beating really good fighters. And it was just like one of them, like Shuler looked like a good challenge for Hearns. But Hearns obliterated him with his, you know, his typical straight right hand, you know, the jab, straight right hand, straight through the middle.
Yes, Hollywood Josh, you there?
Oh, we don't want to see this. It's going to be boring. We know what's happened before. We've seen this 2 times already. And let's be honest, Triple G against Canelo has never been a boring fight.
No.
So why would we not want to see the third part?
No, because I just feel that Canelo's got the upper hand now due to the age.
Styles make fights, though. We know this. Styles makes fights. And you know what? Triple G has a style that troubles Canelo. It gets to Canelo. But you know what? One thing we know, Triple G has got the hardest chin known to man. So this ain't going to be one of your, oh, I'm going to give you 6 rounds and then I'm going to walk through and knock you out. He can't do that.
Yeah, but Triple G can't knock Canelo out either, and Canelo's only got better.
This is what makes this fight interesting. So, you know, a guy's got to make an adjustment. You lost the last fight. You won the first fight. You lost the second fight, clearly. So you got to make an adjustment. So this actually makes, for me, I look at this and think, that could be an interesting fight. I would like to see that fight.
I think Canelo just takes him to school, makes him look like an idiot. I think
Why?
it would be the downfall of Triple G. because he's not going to be able to, he's not going to be able to knock him out. We already know that because Canelo's got a hell of a chin on him. All right, Triple G can back. Mate, you see some of the shots that Canelo took in that second fight. They were clean, hard shots from Triple G.
Clean, but look at what Triple G took from Canelo. Look, they're both capable of taking each other's shots, which is what makes this an interesting fight.
Yeah, but I don't think Triple G's on the level technically that Canelo is, and Canelo just outbox him.
Now, Scott, I'll pull you up there because Triple G's jab is definitely better than Canelo's jab because that was actually the main.
But now.
Yeah, but that was still the main factor of why he was winning the first and a lot of the second fight because it was the jab that was offsetting Canelo, and Canelo couldn't really do anything about it. And that's how he was getting backed up, and he couldn't really. But he made an adjustment in the second fight. But Triple G's jab, especially as Canelo starts slow, is always going to pick up the early lead. But I just feel with his age, will the tank start to waver and Canelo comes on strong down the mid to stretch, and that's where.
I think Canelo stops him late.
Nah, I think the Kazakhstan chin holds up.
That's it, bro.
When was their last fight? When was their last fight? How many years ago?
Yeah. At no point does Triple G look in trouble.
3 years ago was the last one.
Oh, okay, all right. That resistance catches up at some point.
Yeah, but
he's here first. Yeah, he's Mr.
He's Mr. I'm Drama Show. Let's fight, and let's remember, that first and second fight. You never know if the Mexican meat was on the menu because remember for a while.
That special beef.
No, do you know why? Do you know why? What's up with these lights, man? For a while. Do you remember Canelo didn't want to fight Triple G, and Triple G was like, "If you're not trying to fight me, give me the belt, just vacate." And it was like he basically cornered Canelo to fight him, basically. Yeah. And so the first fight, he beat Canelo. They stitched him up with the draw. But he made the adjustment in the second one. Do you know what? The third fight, I would want to see it, but I want to see him fight Benavidez first. But do you know what the thing is? With Canelo, he can go around the houses because the longer he leaves it with Benavidez, it's going to be better for Benavidez anyway because he's what, at least 7 years younger than Canelo. So
he's 24, isn't he?
Yeah, so he's only going to get better. So the longer Canelo leaves it, the worse it's for him. So it's best he gets him earlier rather than later. So that's what I think.
I said what I said about the Triple G fight. I stand by it.
We'll hold you to that, yeah?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
As Travis J said, he puts his name on it.
I'll do it, man. I'll do it.
So who would you want to see next, Tone, for him?
I'm with you, bro. I want to see Benavidez. That's the fight. But I'm not averse to seeing Triple G at some point, and sooner rather than later, because as we said, he's not getting any younger. So, you know, it's in his best interest now to take that big money fight and get himself out the game.
Is he going to use...
You know, he's made good money. He's had a great career, fantastic amateur career. You know, because we got to remember, man, that guy was a beast as an amateur. So yeah, take the third fight, get the money, and retire. You know, looked after.
What are they going to fight at middleweight then? Is Canelo going to use that as a? Well, I don't really want to drop back down because I'm finding it hard now.
I think he's going to try and push for Triple G to come up with the belts because I don't think he wants to really give them up too tough. So even though Triple G's got 2 down at middleweight, he's got what, the IBF and the IBO, something like that. But yeah, Canelo's the
I know that Triple G would happily go up to super middle because that's not a big jump. That's not a big jump at all.
Not at that age as well, because he's getting on. So it's getting a bit harder. Because even in the Kell Brook one, he looked like he had a bit of trouble. I heard he had a bit of a cold. But at that, when you're getting older, you know, putting on another 7 pounds is probably a bit beneficial for him. So
Tone, you wouldn't want to see Canelo go up to light heavy then? You want him to stay super
Love
middle?
It. I'd love that. I'd love that. I mean, you know, that's you know, the great thing about Canelo is we know that he can move up and down weight. So yeah, all for it to see him you know, trying out against Bivol and Beterbiev. You know, those fights for me, those are the legend makers. You
I've
know,
heard,
because everyone's saying like, where's he going to be in the pecking order of legends? Well, you need to go up and get, you know, 2 more of them belts, because yeah, he's already done Kovalev once. So that's not one we want to see. But Petreviev, Bivol,
Joe,
preferably
Joe,
Petreviev.
Joe Smith Jr.
yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Smith Jr. So like the thing is as well, I heard someone saying about it'd go up to cruiserweight if he needed to.
Nah, that's too much.
Mate, I'm just saying what I've read, that it'd go up to cruiserweight, and then obviously everyone's going,
Why
oh,
not? Why
Usyk
not?
can
I
drop
mean,
down to cruiserweight.
let's be honest, yeah. You know, we've seen guys do that. We've seen, you know, Roy Jones, you know, go up to heavyweight from light middle. So, you know, it's not like it's beyond the realms of possibility.
Yeah, and it's not like the cruiserweight champions are something spectacular. I'd see Canelo ironing at Makabu.
Yeah, but like I was saying, what they said about Usyk coming back down to cruiserweight and fighting
Mm,
Canelo.
he's a bit too skilled, I guess. But someone like Makabu, I'd see Canelo beating for the cruiserweight title. Someone like it'd be very interested if he was to fight Lawrence Okoli with that height.
That's what they were talking about, Okoli, because who is it they said that Okoli stands next to and makes him look small? I can't remember who it was they said. I was watching it on DAZN. Is it Barakin? Who is it? Barakin?
Akin Barak.
That's it, Akin Barak show. I was watching that and I was like, shit, yeah, imagine Okoli.
And then there's Marius Bridis as well. He's the other champion. Yeah. So yeah,
you know, look, I could. I'm not being disparaging, but I could see Canelo going up to bridgerweight. Don't forget, there's more heavyweights there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oscar Rivas.
I could see that. I could see that.
He could do it, you know. He could do it. It'd be a lot. It'd probably be too slick for him, to be fair.
That's what I think.
Mm. The thing is, as well, it was what we're doing with Canelo now is the same as what people done with Mayweather. How far are we pushing the guy to see what he can and can't do? Do you know what I mean? It's like we want to see him challenge. We want to see it like a oh shit sort of fight. And it was the same with Mayweather. They're like, oh well, we should move up to middleweight and move up and move up and move up. People just always want more. They're never happy with. Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
Well, we've had this, Scott. This is why boxers aspire to do these things, because we've seen so many fighters go through the weight categories the way that Sugar Ray Leonard did it, Tommy Hearns did it, Duran did it, then Mosley, then you know,
well, Pacquiao done it.
Jones, you know, everybody sees that the real greats in the sport, the ones that you say are the super elite, unless they start heavy, they can all move through 6-7 weights.
Yeah, like Pacquiao, Oscar De La Hoya, Roberto Duran being a great example. Yeah, because people forget that. People forget like Duran beat Iron Barkley, and then Barkley went on a losing streak, and then everyone seems to give props to Nigel Benn for taking out Barkley, but Barkley was on a 3-fight losing streak when Ben got to him. So Duran got the ball rolling after Barkley just took out Thomas Hearns. So you got to put respect on Roberto's name, Mr. Hands of Stone.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So what we got coming up this week? We have Shakan Pitters on Channel 5 fighting for the WBC international title. I'm trying to wonder, do we have a DAZN or Matchroom show?
There's a Frank Warren show, isn't there, this weekend?
Yeah, is that what's his name? That heavyweight guy.
No.
There's is it a light welter fight? Oh, what's his name?
I'm sure there's a Warren show on this weekend, isn't there?
Yeah, there is, but it's that heavyweight guy where they skanked Kamil Sokolovsky. The young heavyweight guy, and they bumped the Polish guy when he fought him. Yeah, British guy, Nigerian descent, but he's British with a high top.
Adelaide.
That's it.
Yeah.
Adelaide.
Oh, yeah. I don't think that's his name.
Yeah,
David
David
Adelaide.
Adelaide.
Yeah,
Adelaide,
David,
that's it. Yeah, that's him. Yeah.
David Adelaide. Yeah. He's fighting. I think he's top of the bill. So it's not really a show to really get
I don't think
excited.
it's a massive show, but
Yeah.
The Zone have got a big show, haven't they?
what, this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh yes, sorry. What we're talking about? We've got Kid Galahad versus Kiko
Oh,
Martinez.
Sheffield.
There
Yeah,
you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
Nico Martinez. Yeah.
we've got that. We've got a couple of females on the card. There's Chris Billum Smith.
Yes.
He's on the show. He's on the show, defending his European title. Who else is on it? And a couple other little prospects, I think. Yeah, but Kid Galahad versus Kiko Martinez. How do you see that one going, guys?
Kid Galahad for me.
Yeah.
Kiko's a tough fighter, but
He's old.
Galahad's got slicks. He keeps that on the outside, boxes nicely. The good old Ingle gym technique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quick, in, out, move the head about, get out, in. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Martinez is a tough ask. He's old boots, isn't he? Do you know what I mean? But I think he is, though, isn't he? Like, I just think that, yeah, his best was behind him. No.
Yeah, and his feet are too slow now. Yeah, I think, I see it. Yeah, Galahad points.
Yeah. I don't think he'll stop him.
Maybe late.
Not a big banger, is he, Galahad, anyway?
No, I don't know.
No, not a big banger now. So, yeah, probably looking at a points one, but convincing. Yeah, convincing points. But, yeah, guys, I think we've had a good chop up session here. We've had a few disagreements, which is all great for boxing because we can't all. If we all agree,
it was like Fight Fan Live TV wants you to join. I was like, do I? Oh, what? I started getting all nervous. I was like, fuck. Oh, okay, yeah, let's do it.
be relaxed. You know, it's me, man. It's old Danny.
Yeah,
man.
I know. It's all these other people who start judging me on what I'm saying about Triple G losing to Canelo on the third time. And
Don't worry, man. That's good when you got different opinions because that's what boxing's about, isn't it? It's subjective. And I love the fact that we could chop it up like that and have different opinions, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because when I said on Twitter, I said I had it 7-3, some guys said to me, oh, you've been drinking tonight, mate. And then I was getting a bit like conscious because I had been drinking. So
you was watching the wrong fight.
Yeah, that's what they said. They said, what fight was you watching? You've been drinking tonight. I have been drinking, but I'm not drunk. I know what I saw. So, but it's all subjective and it's all love, man. Everyone's
that's
a family.
Good, yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Especially around the sport I love so much. I love it.
Yeah, man. So what is it? So yeah, guys, thanks for coming on. I'm gonna wrap it up now. Much. And until the next time, it's Danny Glover from Fight Fan TV Live.
See you, man. Good to meet you.
With Scotty and Tony, Pugilist Boy. Make sure you follow them as well. Peace out to the next one.
Okay, guys.